Engines roar. Steel grinders spin like tornadoes, ripping through roots, dirt, and stone without mercy. This is where even the toughest stumps surrender to pure metal power. Welcome to the world of the most brutal stump-destroying machines on Earth. Welcome to the world of Wood Channel. The stump grinder starts with a loud roar as the engine powers up. The spinning cutting wheel, fitted with sharp teeth, begins to rotate rapidly. The operator carefully guides the machine toward the tree stump. As the cutting wheel makes contact with the wood, it chips away layer by layer, sending wood shavings flying into the air. The operator steadily moves the grinder back and forth, gradually reducing the stump into small pieces. In a few minutes, the stump is completely ground below the surface, leaving behind a clean area ready for new landscaping. With a powerful twist, the machine locks onto the tree stump. Its spiral motion drills deep, tearing roots apart with each rotation. Soil erupts. Nature struggles, but the grip of steel is unforgiving. With a deep growl, the excavator lowers its steel arm. The claw digs in, wrapping around the stubborn tree stump. With a powerful heave, it rips the roots from the ground, sending soil flying. Nature resists, but the machine wins. Before us stands a stubborn tree stump, the last remnant of what was once a towering tree. Clearing it calls for the power of a modern stump grinding and shredding machine. The engine roars to life, and the cutting head spins at incredible speed. Steel teeth gleam, ready to tear through solid wood. Under the precise control of the operator, the machine edges closer to its target. As steel meets wood, a deep grinding sound fills the air, and a flurry of wood chips flies in all directions. Thick layers of stump are shredded in moments, transformed into fine mulch. In just a few minutes, the once immovable stump is reduced to useful material, leaving the ground clear and ready for new beginnings. In a display of sheer power, the stump shear clamps tightly around the thick tree base. With a mighty pull, the excavator lifts the stubborn roots from the earth, snapping through soil and wood like paper. Dust swirls, metal creaks, and nature yields to engineered precision. It's not just excavation, it's controlled force at work. The machine approaches the tree stump, its steel arm reaching out firmly to grip the trunk. With just a few decisive moves, the entire stump is ripped clean from the ground. The stump grinder roars to life, its spinning blade lowering onto the thick stump. Sparks fly as steel meets wood. With each pass, layers of the stump are shaved away. Bit by bit, the solid trunk disappears into dust. It's precision at work, turning a stubborn stump into nothing but mulch. The twisting head slowly moved in, then clamped tightly onto the tree stump. Moments later, the whole machine began to rotate. The stump was pulled into a powerful spiral, roots snapping, soil and rocks flying in all directions. With each twist, the stump was yanked closer to being freed from the earth. The machine roared loudly, while the stump shook violently, resisting until the very last second. Anyone watching couldn't help but be impressed. Modern machinery really is something else. Alright, here we are grinding down this tree stump. You can see the cutting wheel spinning fast, taking off layers of wood. We move the grinder back and forth to make sure we get the whole stump evenly. The wood chips fly off as the stump gets smaller and smaller. In a few minutes, this stump will be completely gone, and the ground will be ready for new use. Along the gentle hillside by the river, ancient tree stumps cling stubbornly to the earth, like weathered hands gripping the rocky soil. Removing them is no small feat. The stump twisting machine rumbles into place, its sturdy frame and powerful steel arm ready for action. The massive auger head begins to spin, its steel tips burrowing deep into the hardened ground. In a quiet backyard corner, an old tree stump sits stubbornly, blocking space and spoiling the view. Now, the stump grinder is ready for action. The engine roars to life, and the grinding wheel spins fast. Sharp steel teeth bite deep into the solid wood. Guided with precision, the machine steadily wears down the stump, layer by layer. Wood chips scatter through the garden sunlight. In just minutes, the stubborn stump disappears completely, leaving a smooth, clean surface ready for new grass, flowers, or a fresh family retreat. The excavator slowly approaches the stubborn tree stump, its massive arm extending with precision. The steel bucket digs deep into the soil, gripping around the thick roots. With a powerful pull, the machine lifts and tears the stump from the ground, shaking off clumps of earth as it rises, raw strength in motion. A powerful grinding machine moves steadily into position, its spinning blade whirring with mechanical precision. As it meets the stubborn tree stump, sparks flicker and wood chips fly, breaking down what remains of a once towering tree. The roar of the motor blends with the rhythm of nature, marking a quiet but determined act of renewal. Bit by bit, the old roots give way, making space for something new to grow. The cutting head keeps spinning, digging deeper into the heart of the stump. Even the old roots, once buried deep in the earth, are no match for the machine's relentless power. With each rotation, stubborn wood fibers are torn apart and ground to dust. The engine's roar blends with the crackling of splintered wood, a symphony of mechanical force and steady precision. The operator expertly maneuvers the grinder, ensuring every part of the stump is thoroughly processed. In just moments, the space once occupied by the massive stump will become a clean patch of earth, ready for new construction or a fresh, green addition to the garden. Deep in the dense forest, an old tree stands tall, its roots buried deep in the earth, as if challenging the march of time. But the stump-pulling machine is ready for battle. The engine roars to life as a massive steel arm reaches out, gripping the tree's trunk tightly. With powerful force, the machine begins to pull. The ground trembles, roots strain and crack as they are wrenched from the soil. The sound of snapping roots echoes through the forest. In moments, the towering tree is uprooted, clearing the way for new sunlight to reach the forest floor. Once again, mechanical strength triumphs over nature's resilience. A heavy-duty excavator grips a thick tree trunk, shaking the ground as it pulls with raw power. The machine twists and lifts, uprooting the entire stump in one smooth, commanding motion. It's a dramatic display of strength and precision, turning a forest obstacle into a clear path. In front of the house stands a stubborn tree stump, an obstacle to a clean and open yard. The SP6016 stump grinder is ready for the task. With a deep growl, its engine roars to life. The powerful cutting wheel spins at high speed, its sharp teeth gleaming in the sunlight. Guided with precision by the operator, the SP6016 advances toward the stump. As metal meets wood, a flurry of wood chips fills the air. Layer by layer, the stump is ground down beneath the surface. Within moments, the once imposing stump is gone, leaving behind a smooth, clear space. The SP6016 has done its job, efficiently, powerfully, and cleanly. The massive Hitachi 350 moves steadily across the ground, its engine humming like a beast ready to work. At the front, the powerful CBI cutting head lowers slowly toward a stubborn tree stump. With one strong pull, the machine digs its teeth into the roots. Earth cracks. The stump trembles. Bit by bit, the roots give way, torn from the soil that once held them tight. Dust flies as the machine lifts the stump out of the ground, leaving behind a wide, open pit. Another job done, fast, clean, and powerful. The grinding wheel spins fast, sparking as it chews through the tough tree stump. Bit by bit, the stubborn wood gives way, ground into dust. Precision meets power. The stump doesn't stand a chance. In the heart of a bustling urban district, old roadside tree stumps cling stubbornly to the earth, obstacles to a refreshed and orderly streetscape. But modern technology is more than up to the challenge. The stump twisting machine rolls into position, its engine roaring with power. The massive steel auger begins to spin, sharp blades driving deep beneath each stubborn stump. With every forceful twist, soil breaks apart, and tangled roots are torn free and lifted to the surface. One by one, the stumps surrender, vanishing in clouds of dust. In just a few passes, sidewalks are cleared, ready for new paving, new greenery, and a revitalized urban scene. Amid the rhythm of city life, technology brings precision and progress to the streets. On a barren lot, a powerful excavator moves in and grips a large tree trunk with its steel claws. With a strong lift, the tree is torn from the ground, roots exposed and soil flying. It dangles midair like a trophy, surrounded by swirling dust, a striking display of modern machinery at work. A heavy-duty machine grinds into action, its powerful claw gripping a stubborn tree stump. With mechanical precision, it shakes, twists, and finally rips the roots from the earth. Dust rises. The land is cleared, nature tamed by man and machine. In the heart of the forest, a towering old tree stump clings stubbornly to the earth, its roots intertwined deep beneath the ground. Clearing it will demand raw power and precision. A forestry machine, built for strength, moves into position. Its hydraulic claw grips the massive stump firmly. The engine roars, the machine leans back. The battle between steel and nature begins. With a surge of power, the hydraulic arms strain against the stubborn roots. The ground trembles, soil cracks and lifts. Inch by inch, the ancient roots begin to yield. Dust and debris fill the air as the machine pulls with relentless force. At last, with a final, mighty tug, the stump breaks free, torn from the earth. Victory belongs to the machine. The land is cleared, ready for new life to take root. The giant lift machine rolls into place, its arms opening wide to embrace the towering 45-foot elm. With a firm grip, the steel clamps lock around the base. The ground trembles, then lift. The tree sways, roots crack and snap, and in one powerful motion, it's pulled clean from the earth. Precision meets raw power in a feat of modern engineering. Deep in the forest, a massive stump blocks the path. The stump grinder roars to life. The spinning wheel, with its sharp steel teeth, bites into the aged wood. A grinding echo fills the air as wood chips fly. Layer by layer, the stubborn stump disappears. In moments, the forest path is cleared, ready for the next adventure. As the machine kept turning, bits of root snapped like dry twigs. You could see clumps of earth clinging on, almost like they didn't want to let go. But the machine was relentless, steady, powerful, and precise. After a few more twists and a loud creak, the stump finally gave in. It popped out of the ground with a thud, leaving behind a gaping hole and a cloud of dust hanging in the air. One moment it was stubborn and stuck, the next gone. Just like that. Another small victory for man versus nature, with a little help from hydraulics. In front of the house stood a stubborn tree stump, a barrier to a clean, open garden. The stump grinder was ready to take on the challenge. With a thunderous roar, the engine sprang to life, powering the mighty machine. The cutting wheel spun rapidly, its sharp teeth gleaming in the sunlight. Under the precise guidance of the operator, the SP-6016 advanced steadily toward the stump. As metal met wood, a spray of wood chips filled the air. Bit by bit, the layers of wood were ground away, and the stump slowly disappeared beneath the surface. In just a short time, the once cumbersome stump was completely gone, leaving behind a smooth, clean expanse of ground. Deep within the forest, a stump grinder hums to life amid the tall trees. The air is filled with the sound of its powerful engine as the operator maneuvers it carefully through the uneven terrain. Approaching an old tree stump, the spinning cutting wheel begins its work. Sharp teeth bite into the dense wood, sending a spray of wood chips across the forest floor. Sunlight filters through the canopy, illuminating the flying debris. Slowly and methodically, the operator grinds down the stubborn stump, transforming it into a pile of mulch. In this natural setting, the machine helps clear space for new growth while preserving the beauty of the forest. The excavator lunges forward, its metal claw digging deep beneath the stubborn tree stump. With a sharp pull, it tears through roots and soil alike. The ground shakes, raw power in motion as the machine claims its prize. A powerful excavator roars to life, gripping a massive tree stump with its iron claw. With precise, rhythmic movements, it tears the roots from the earth, lifting the stump like a trophy. Dust swirls around as the machine works tirelessly, turning a tough job into a smooth performance. With precision and raw power, the machine grips the tree base. In just seconds, it lifts and tears the stump from the ground, fast, efficient, and impressive to watch. The excavator slowly digs around the base of the tree stump. Its bucket breaks the soil, exposing the roots one by one. As the machine pulls, the stump resists, but the operator adjusts, digs deeper, and tries again. Finally, with a firm lift, the stump cracks and comes loose from the ground. With relentless force, the stump twisting machine locks onto the root. Its heavy-duty steel claw rotates with precision, breaking through thick wood fibers and tangled roots. In just seconds, the stump is torn from the earth, clean, efficient, and unstoppable.